Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How's it going on this lovely Thursday morning? I don't know about where you are, but it's been cooler today. So you know I am loving life. My dad was out walking this morning. He's like, it was 49 degrees. Now this is at 5:15 a.m. So it was early, but still I feel like fall is coming and it's my favorite. Fall is just my favorite season. So very, very excited. So, just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acting Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Woohoo! Every Thursday morning, we get together and have a little powwow, and just happen to talk about some weaving stuff while we're at it. That's pretty much the right proportions, don't you think? We catch up, we hear about what everyone's working on, and just bond right here on the interwebs. Yeah, just us. So, first of all, Gemma, have a wonderful time with your friend. We will miss you. Gemma made a point to come on and say, hello, everyone. I'm sorry I can't be there. I have other plans. So Gemma's off doing something fun. We'll miss her. Hopefully, she will be able to watch us later. But I definitely want to say hello to Lori from the Netherlands. Lori, someone had made a comment about how we can always count on Lori from the Netherlands. Lori, we love you. We're so happy that you're here, like week to week to week. That makes all the difference for us. It really does. So thank you, my friend. And Carla, who is here live. Woohoo! We're so glad. Carla's watching from rainy Oregon. She says, "It's yeah, we haven't gotten rain in a while. We're due for a little rain, I think. But yes, we're so glad you're here. Yay! They were talking about kind of the international element to this, which is so, you guys, that's amazing. It is just, and I'm always kind of, it just humbles me that people from all over the world are tuning in, which is really crazy. And we're so glad to be making these kind of bonds and friendships all over the world because, us weavers, we're a small but mighty demographic. So we got to stick together, you know? You know. Hello, Connie Peterson. She's watching hummingbirds and stitching up a mug rug. I love that, Connie. Hello, Laura Miser. Laura Miser, yes. Laura's the one who got me the mug. Love that. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Sherry. I love that. Oh, Dawn is on vacation and check it. You're not trying to, it's not like contraband, Dawn. You can actually, like, out in the open, watch it. That's amazing. We're so glad you're here, Dawn. Are you just is it a staycation, Dawn? Are you out gallivanting somewhere to go with it? We love that you're here and you can watch the whole thing and not be afraid of like a boss coming around, that kind of thing. Hello, Maureen. Maureen, I just met up with my friend who lives in Kalamazoo. We love that. Love some Kalamazoo, Michigan. Hello, Tamison. How are you? And Tanya's on from Smoky Edmonton. Tanya, is it smoky just because of wildfires or some other reason? Let us know what, yes. Oh, Dawn said, who's on vacation, just got back to Nova Scotia from Calgary, Alberta, where I got to see an awesome weaving inspired public art installation. Dawn, that's amazing. Is it online? Can we share it with the group? Ooh, let us know. Mm-hmm. Hello, Vicky Rose. How are you, my dear? So glad you're here. Hello, Al. How are you? It is Al, right? Finally made it. Hello from Kelowna. Kelowna. There we go. That's what I'm gonna say. Forgive me if I'm just butchering it all over the place. Where is Kelowna? Let us know. Hello, Sue Ann. Let's see. Yeah, Tanya's in Canada. She said there's wildfires all around. Oh, Tanya, the wildfires have been rough in Canada and beyond. So I hope everyone's being safe for sure. Tamsin said she just got an inkle loom, trying to get my heddles all the same length. I think I need a jig. Is that it? Okay. I hate it when I end up just like showing my ignorance right here. Is a jig a tool? Let me know. Because not mechanical. This girl, no, not even a little bit. So let me know if a jig is a tool and what does it do? Because we'll all learn. Because maybe I'm not the only one who doesn't know what a jig is. Someone else can share my little ignorance. I know Laura Miser knows what that is, though. I'm sure she can jump in. Yes. Hi, Carrie from Spain. Oh, I love that. It's Al as in Allison. That's so stinking cute. Look at this. Our new friend Al, as in Allison from British Columbia. Hello, my dear. How are you? We're so glad you're here. Yay. I'm not the only one. Yay. Sue Ann says, I have no idea what a jig is. Thank you. Thank you, Sue Ann. I knew you'd have my back. Even if you don't, thank you for lying to me. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm not, yes. Hello, Marcia. Hoping for rain in Sun City West, but not holding my breath. Oh, I'm sorry, dear. I know, right? It's been a very, very weird summer. Can you believe that we're almost done with summer? Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Dawn says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, Dawn. The link didn't go through. Can you try again, my friend? That would be awesome because I'd love to share that." Here we go. Connie says, "Jigs are very important. Makes life easier with heddles." What does it do, my friend? What does a jig do? See, Laura Miser knows. She's like, it sounds familiar. Someone tell me what a jig does. So we can all learn. We can all be better informed. You should have seen, okay, I'm sure I've told the story, but in college, I was a double major. One of my majors was interior design. And we had this one project. We had one project where we had to construct like a small like model of a house, right? We had to do the balsam wood. We had to cut the things. We had to attach the stuff. You guys. Oh, it was so bad. The only reason I passed remotely is that one of the fellow students and a friend of mine took me under her wing. Her dad owned a construction company, and she had me come over and like live in her house for like 2 days while she tried to help me with this house, because I had always grown up in apartments and just presumed that buildings just popped out of the ground magically. Never really gave it any thought as to how it was actually constructed. I know. Everyone has a different experience. Oh, good. Okay, so here we go. Tamison's explained to us. A jig is something that helps you recreate a thing over and over. A lot of wood makers make jigs. So like all four corners be the same. So it makes like a template, Tamison? Is that right? Tanya jumped in and said you can use one of the heddles from a rigid heddle to tie your heddles for the inkle loom. Oh, see? There we go. Yes. What is it? Laura Miser, was it contempt? Was what? But the building that I made for class? Yes, it was. Like I said, I barely passed. And I was so stinking grateful. I was like, if I never have to recreate a little model home out of balsam wood, that'll be too soon. That'll be, it was not pretty. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, Tamsin says yes. It's like making a solid template. I love that. Look at us. We are 7 minutes in, and we're already learning stuff, folks. That is amazing. Laura says yes. It's used in woodworking. A jig. There we go. Connie says a jig is just some nails on a long board. Okay, nails the length of the needed heddle for an inkle loom, and 2 nails in the middle for the eye for normal heddles. Oh, how to create the other. Okay, you guys. All you smart woodworking people, let me know how that goes. Connie, keep us posted on how the jig helps your life there. Yes, see, you guys are so talented. Lori was sawing wood this week. That's amazing. Laura says I have other redeeming qualities. Thank you, Laura Miser. I know you got my back. There's a lot of things I don't know, but I can tell you how to weave some beginning weaving stuff. Gosh darn it. I don't know what a jig is. I do now, but see, every week I learn something from you guys. It is amazing. Thank you so much. By the way, speaking of my fabulous mug that Laura Miser got me that I adore and love all the time, I am talking to Laura Cook. She makes my mugs that I love, and we may try to work on something together. It's a teaser. Don't get too excited yet, but I am. We're having a conversation about maybe if there's mugs for weavers everywhere. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just yeah. Let's see. Lori says I like hacks. Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So tell me how your week was. How are things going? I didn't bring my t-shirt over to show you, but I have to tell you about my fabulous overnight with my friend Stephanie. Stephanie is my friend out of Kalamazoo. Stephanie and I have known each other since we were born. Literally since we were born. Our parents were friends. My birthday's like 13 days before hers. So we are like ride or die. Like that, she's my person. So we did it overnight. It kind of in between us because Kalamazoo's about an hour and a half from where I am. So we picked a spot kind of in between us, and it's this darling little inn. Stephanie said it right. She's like, it smells like grandma's house, but like the best way. Like not weird, but but it's just this it's this really old, I want to say it's a historic building. And it's like you get real keys for the rooms. There's no TVs. There's internet. But it's just the most charming place, and we love to go there. So we did an overnight this week and had the best time. And I have to say that Dory says she'd buy a mug, right? They're so pretty. She does good work. Um, so so did the overnight. Now, like I said, we both have birthdays very close together. So I'm the end of July, she's the beginning of August. And weeks ago she was saying, I can't wait for you to see your present. And I was like, okay, this is a new one. Because Stephanie usually gets me good stuff, but she's never been that excited before. So oh, thank you, Laura. Laura, it's called the Lakeside Inn in Lakeside, Michigan, is where we went. I'll see if maybe Laura, if you're in front of a computer, can you pull up a link? Maybe if you're not, don't worry about it. But yeah, Lakeside Inn. Just a little shout out to them because they were amazing and we love them. We love going there. They have this huge porch that must have 30 rocking chairs on it, and you can see Lake Michigan through the trees. It's just it's a great kind of getaway place. Anyways. So I get there and instantly she gives me a hug. She's like, you have to open your present now. I'm like, oh, okay. So now, like I said, Stephanie and I have known each other since we were born. We grew up in the same little town in central Illinois where there's nothing happening. However, one of my fond memories is there is a diner, and I mean a diner, like Greasy Spoon kind of place that on occasion the family would go after church on Sunday and we'd get breakfast. It's like a special treat. And the restaurant is called Ott's, O-T-T, Ott's Restaurant. And Stephanie, like, I don't know, a year ago, I had seen her wearing an Ott's t-shirt. I didn't even know they existed. I'm like, oh, I'm going to need an Ott's t-shirt. And sure enough, for my present, she got me a t-shirt and a sweatshirt that says Ott's. I think it says like 1962 is when it started or something like that. But primo, that was like the ultimate gift. I was so stinking excited. And it's one of those where no one else is going to get it. Do you know what I mean? Like that one thing from your childhood that you're like, unless you lived there at the time that I was, you're never going to get it. So it got me thinking, what kind of one place do you think of from your childhood, like growing up, that you just think you would wear the t-shirt? What one spot is that? Tell me in the comments so we can all bond over childhood memories, because I was like, this is just the coolest. I'm gonna wear it till it wears out. Like they're awesome. Carrie says a week was tiring, crazy. The grandkids came to swim in the swimming pool. Woohoo! I like the way you phrase that though, Carrie. My grandkids came to visit my swimming pool, not to visit you, just to visit the swimming pool, right? Uh-huh. She says, after I finish the cleanup, I'll get back to crafting. They left at stupid o'clock this morning. Yes. Before anyone should be up. Is that what you mean? Yes. Lori says, I missed 2 dents in threading the reed. Problem fixed. A friend has come by this evening to help me beam up, going slow and steady. Lori, I think that's the way to do it, my friend. Slow and steady. I love that. Here's Marsha's update. My table runner came off loom yesterday, 10 inches longer than planned. Yay, you have extra. I used a warp calculator and assumed I could weave until I ran out of warp and it would be the length I wanted. Lesson learned, always use a measuring tape. Okay, so Marsha, here's my question. If the tape runner is 10 inches longer, does that completely mess up the plan? Or can you still use it? Is that still, yeah. Yeah, using some way to measure the project. That usually helps. You don't have to, but that usually helps. Yes. Oh, wow. Tanya said they moved 6 times before I was 13. So Edson. Oh, is Edson, what is Edson, Tanya? We need to know more. That's awesome. Sue-Ann says, my t-shirt would be from Johnny's Italian Beef. Oh, you grew up in Oak Park. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not familiar with Johnny's, but I know Oak Park because I lived in Downers Grove, Sue-Ann. You'll know exactly where that is. That is awesome. See, that's so fun. Lori says, I did deep dust busting by using a squeegee on the floor and under the loom. Wow. Lori says she'd have a Radio Shack t-shirt. Boy, that's such a like a moment in time, isn't it? When Radio Shack was such a thing. And of course it's been gone for so long. I love this. Here's Sherry's note. We lived in the country, but our small town that was 4 miles from us was Granger. And their slogan was, welcome stranger to friendly Granger. Okay, I would love a sweatshirt that says that too, Sherry. Can you look for that? That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Yes. Amazing. Welcome, stranger, to Friendly Granger. That's brilliant. Yeah. Okay, Marcia's runner turned out too long. Not sure how I deal with it. It's for my daughter. Consulting necessary. Okay, you could see. These days, it's very hip to have the runner kind of hang off, right? Yeah, I don't know. Ask her. Find out if that's still okay for, yeah. Okay, so Tanya said Edson was her answer. She said it was a town that had wild blueberries. Ooh, it was safe, had a wonderful swimming pool, and awesome thunderstorms. Oh, what a great mix of things. I like that, Edson. See, okay. Oh, that's a big old link. Okay, Laura. We'll find a way if anyone's interested in the Lakeside Inn. Thank you, my friend. I think that is a general. I think there's one like Lakeside Inn has their own website. Maybe. There we go. Marcia says t-shirts, Spidnitz Donuts in Wilmette, Illinois. I don't know where that is either. What is? Oh, Spud Nuts. I'm sorry. Yeah, there we go. Spud Nuts Donuts in Wilmette, Illinois. That's brilliant. I know where Wilmette is. I've never been to Spud Nuts though. I'm gonna have to look that up. That is awesome. Okay, Mary says Gertie's. It's an ice cream parlor, and you just got a t-shirt. Oh, that's awesome. See, it's all topical. We're right there. Current events, right there. That's amazing. Gertie's is just a great name, no matter what. That is awesome. I love your answers. Those are brilliant. So anyway, so we had a wonderful time. Oh, there we go. Thank you so much, my friend. That's perfect. That's the Lakeside Inn. That's the there we go. That's perfect. Thank you, Laura. Anyone's interested? Anyone's in the Midwest looking for a great retreat place? You get to pick your room exactly. This past time we stayed in the library room, which is room number 3 on the ground floor. It's so charming. There's all kinds of windows, and there's a little pond out back, and access to Lake Michigan, and it's delightful. It's very close to Three Oaks, Michigan, New Buffalo, Union Pier. It's right there. It's lovely. So anyways, okay. So as we're talking about our weeks and all that good stuff, we have Labor Day coming up, right? It is right around the corner, basically starting tomorrow, basically. So for my international friends, do you guys have a Labor Day? And if so, when do you celebrate it? There's my question, because I know that holidays can be drastically different or non-existent depending on where you are. So for my Canadian friends, for my Spanish friends, for my Netherlands, my Dutch friends, is it Dutch? Help me if that's not right. Correct me, please, if that's wrong. My international friends, tell me if you do Labor Day, and if you do, is it right now? Is it later? Do you do it at all? Yeah. Oh, here we go. Tamison jumped in. It says Storyland, which is in Glen, New Hampshire. I don't know anyone who grew up in New Hampshire that hasn't been to Storyland, Santa's Village, and Clark's Trained Bears. That's awesome. Here we go. Sue Ann says, my husband grew up in Seattle and proudly wears his Dick's Drive-In t-shirt. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, Lori says, we do not have Labor Day in the Netherlands. Thank you. Now we know. There we go. Oh, Tanya. Okay, so your Labor Day is the same as ours, the first Monday of September. Is that correct? You guys jump in for my other international friends. Let us know if it's Labor Day. So what are your plans for anyone who has Labor Day? Yeah, thank you. Al jumped in. Labor Day is Monday, September 4th. Thank you so much. Yes, that's awesome. Now we know. Canada, United States, all Labor Day, same time. That's brilliant. What are your plans? Do you have an end of summer bash? Do you have some kind of big party? Are the neighbors coming over? What are the Labor Day plans? Are you just gonna sit outside and drink iced tea and just watch the world go by? Because that's okay. That's honestly, I'm in favor of that. Yeah. Look at this. Look, we're making connections right here. Christina says, I worked at Storyland when I was in college. That is awesome. See? It is a small world. That we prove that pretty much every Thursday, don't we? So our plans here are, I think my brother's coming to visit. He'll be here for approximately 17 hours. That's what we're guessing. He's coming late on Saturday, and leaving, I don't know, probably, a little after lunch on Sunday. That's the whole thing. But he's bringing two of my three favorite nephews, so he's allowed to come. That's yes. Yeah. Okay, Sue Ann, give us an update. I have 2 warps wound and ready. I feel very proactively Weaverly. That's brilliant. Typically, I just wind one warp and weave it, then repeat. So one of those is getting on the loom today. Woohoo! We can all cheer Sue Ann on. That is brilliant. There we go. Tam says my husband works nights, so he'll be sleeping. But Saturday, I'm going to a dye day. Tamison, that's brilliant. Where do you go for a dye day? Do you go somewhere? Or is it just kind of, is that, in the garage? How does that work? There we go. Dawn confirms. Thank you. Canadian Labor Day is this weekend. That's awesome. Carla says the Enchanted Forest near Salem, Oregon, along I-5. Alice in Wonderland Tunnel, Crooked Little House, and many, many more. Carla, that is amazing. That sounds like a fun place. Yes, for sure. Hey, Dawn. Hello, hello, hello. We're so happy to see you. Yes. Oh, there we go. Okay, so Carrie's in Spain. She says the 8th of September. The county of, Extremadura? I have no idea if that's correct. And because you guys can't talk to me at the moment, yeah, if I butcher it, I'm just going to apologize. 8th of September. Gotcha. Laura says, Laura says, I may work on redesigning 2 Halloween towels. I like the overall design, but not the colors. Oh, interesting. The color is too bright, not bright enough. Flora, what's the status there? Marcia says Labor Day. We should be honoring our labor force, but in reality, it's an excuse to participate in day drinking, which I no longer do because it just makes me sleepy, not festive. I understand. As we get older, our metabolism kind of dictates some of those things, doesn't it? Oh, Lori in the Netherlands says a big weekend atelier event is happening. Did you see how I just glossed over that as fast as I could? It's happening in town. You can visit other makers. Is that what it is? Atelier? Is that how you say it? Takes place September 14th through the 15th. Oh, that sounds great. And please clarify, what's an atelier? See, all the things we're learning today. Holy cow, you guys. What else can we teach ourselves? Carla says she designed her own scarf plain weave, turning out quite plaid. Is that good or bad, Carla? Because I love a plaid. See, Carrie gave me a thumbs up on the pronunciation. Extremadura. That's awesome. Carrie, I really do want to learn Spanish, so you may have to help me with all of that. I'll practice on you guys. I don't know. Folklore Festival with music and storytelling on Sunday and Monday at Island Park in Geneva, Illinois. There'll be an artist area and can be found there. Okay, you guys, here is Ellen's spot for the weekend. Sunday and Monday in Island Park in Geneva, Illinois. Go visit her. She does all the cool stuff. It's a folklore festival. How fun does that sound? Music and storytelling. Yes, please. Oh, here we go. Jamison says, my friend Sue has, is it woad? Is that how you say it? A coreopsis. And those are dyeing things, correct? So we're doing those. The Spinning Guild is also a dyer's guild, so we have them all the time. That's amazing. You have access to that stuff. That is awesome. Oh, good. Connie put up a link for how to make a heddle jig. That's brilliant. Okay. Oh, Georgianne's on. Hello, Georgianne. How are you, my friend? How are things in Wisconsin? We love that. Okay. Laura is reworking her Halloween towel. She says there are varying orange shades with black cats. I may put some white in it. Oh, nice. Laura, I love that you mentioned that, though, because there are times that if you have really strong colors like an orange and a black, which would be very strong, great Halloween colors, there are times when if you put a little something like a neutral, a white, a natural, maybe a light gray, something like that, it really makes the orange and the black pop all that much more because there's a little room to breathe around the colors. That sounds very woo-woo, doesn't it? The colors need room to breathe, but there is something to that because the orange and the black are both, if they're both really intense colors, it can be like, and they don't quite pop as much. But if you put just a little something neutral, pale, something to go with it, it doesn't take much. Then those colors just they sparkle a little bit more. Just my 2 cents. Just my color 2 cents today. Okay, let's see. Hello, Learn with Lillian. Hello, you're here. We're so glad. Welcome. How are you doing? Georgianne says things in Wisconsin are cold. I was telling the folks when I started this morning at about 5 a.m. It was 49 degrees here. So I can imagine Wisconsin is farther north. It would be, yeah. Oh, see, here's a Wisconsin connection. Dawn is headed to the cabin in Hayward. So no crafting for me. That's okay. I'll be picking apples and making apple butter and applesauce. Dawn, that sounds amazing. Can I put in my request for some apple butter right now? I'll give you my address. You just send it Or shoot, depending on how you're getting back, just come by my house and just drop it off. Yeah. Okay, so some of you have been telling me about your projects. Let me know how things are going. I will be honest. This week I did basically nothing. Hello, my name is Chris, and I'm so sorry I did nothing on my project this week. I was frantically weaving like before we started. What I find fascinating is that 2 minutes on a live stream as you're watching the clock click down is very different than 2 minutes in real life. It's because I looked and I was like, I got 2 minutes, I can do some stuff. And I did a few repeats just like that, just like that. But I didn't really do anything. I'll show you where I am. Of course, I will always share my progress with you. But I'm so sorry it's not going to be new and exciting today. We're just gonna carry on and catch up and enjoy each other's company. That is the plan. Here's Tanya. She says, the pears are dropping like crazy. Have a farmer friend who picked all they could, but just the last few days we've had about, does that say 300 pounds? Tanya, 300 pounds. I just wish you were closer to me. I wish all of you were closer to me. Can you just all move? Can you just all, I'm in the Chicagoland area. Just make plans. Just, come on over. Bring the trees. That is crazy. I don't even know what I would do with even like 10 pounds of pears, but I would love the challenge. That's what I would like. Ellen just finished 3 Mobius shells and started winding off the warp in order for neutral towels. Okay, Ellen, answer me this, because Ellen's a color girl, kind of like I am. I like some color. Is it hard to do neutral towels? Is that tough? Here's the best story I have about doing something in neutral. So I have my work up in a store in Detroit, Post. I love Post. They're just the best. They have been friends of mine and supported me for so many years, and they're amazing. If you look up Post, I think it's Post-Detroit. They have it's a great place. Anyways, so I was up there, and I am talking to Claire. Claire and one of the owners. I'm talking to Claire, and Claire says to me, "Now, Chris, I know you're a color girl, just like I am. But if you ever want to make just white table runners, they would sell like crazy." I looked at her. I'm like, Claire, there's very, 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 very small chance of that ever happening. Now, it turns out I did make a set of 3 just because she asked. And I did kind of a tone on tone. They were lovely. They were fine. I didn't love it. However, everyone has their own thing, right? Some people could do just all neutrals all the time, which I get it. That is not me. But some people, that's a good thing too, because it's not me. There we go. Ellen says it's not hard at all for her. It's like a color palette cleanser. That's amazing. That's good. You also go through projects pretty fast. So it's not like me that has a project on the Loom for, 4 weeks. So let's see. Dory jumped in and says she's doing a warp for some gift placemats. That is awesome. Lillian says, I just finished getting the first of 3 blanket panels onto my Jane Loom. The end product will be a full-size bed. Wow. The center panel is a color vamp from yellows to blue. Oh, that sounds gorgeous, Lillian. Okay, so Lillian, clarify, please. Is it 3 panels that will all make 1 blanket? Is that correct? Am I understanding you correctly? Hi, Nina. Our exchange student decided she wanted to learn to knit. Oh, that's so fun. We started knitting a basic washcloth. Brilliant. That is awesome. Yeah, I know. We have questions, Lillian. Sue Ann asked how we join them together. See, Lillian's with me on the color, right? I'm a color person. There we go. See, see, Lori asked about too. How do you seam the panels together to make the blanket? That's amazing. See, I love that. So yeah, I'll show you what I got, but keep giving me updates here. I'm gonna take another swig. I made a little Gen Matcha today, which is a green tea, and it has like a woodsy kind of. It always looks like it has little bits of popcorn in it or something, but it's so good. It's one of my favorites. So I'm just enjoying that. And enjoying your company. There we go. Connie says, I wish I could send pictures. I know, I got to work on that, don't I? You guys, thank you for the reminder. I demonstrated for Pioneer Days this last weekend. I had to fight Jack Sparrow to keep him from coming in to steal my trash. Is that code for something, Connie? Like, was it actually a bird? See, I'm feeling very inept today, you guys. I'm a good teacher, dang it. I don't know a lot of other things, but yes. Lori asks matcha tea. I love matcha tea. Yes, this it's called Gen Matcha, which is GENMA. I think it's MAICHA. Yes, it's a very light kind of. It's a green with a little kind of, I don't know, woodsies the back about the best way to describe it. Connie says Captain Jack Sparrow, like the character. Aw, see, you guys have to forgive me that I'm not getting it. I don't know. There we go. Al says I got my first project on my new 32-inch Ashford table loom. Boy, that's a beast. A 32-inch table loom. That's great. Tea towels in red and gray with a broken point twill. I love that. On my knitter's loom, working on a new shawl in blues and greens. Al, that sounds amazing. And yes, you are all correct. I need to hop to and figure out how we can post pictures. I got to figure that out for us. That's for sure. Okay. Thank you, Lillian. She's back. She says it's three panels joined together to make one blanket. I'll be employing my hand sewing skills to join. Okay. Mattress type stitch. Okay. Is a mattress type stitch like a blanket stitch, Lillian? I'm not familiar with that description, but I'll use a contrasting thread for the joints. So it forms its own sort of stripe. Oh, I like that. That's so smart though, because then it's an intentional design element. You're not worried about if it's lined up exactly or if it's, yeah. Okay. All right, you guys, keep the comments coming. I'll show you what I'm working on. All right. Well, there we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Let me get you angled. So there we go. I know everyone's like, Lillian, you're brilliant. She is brilliant, right? We're so glad she's here today. But I think that's, you bring up such a good point, is that there are times when it's just easier to make it obvious, like not try to hide it and have it be it's too much stress. You might as well make it obvious. You might as well be like, I'm gonna put them together so you can see it, and it's just another design element. It's very smart. Okay, you want one guess as to what pattern I'm doing today? One guess. Rose Path. Yes, friends, Rose Path. You know what? I don't hardly ever wear a white shirt. I'm not great in white. I'm wearing, I'll stand up so you can see. I'm wearing this really cute blue skirt, but I gotta be honest, there's a reason I don't wear white shirts. They're just not brilliant on me. They're just not. Anybody else have that trouble? That's why I always wear color, because white, it's not great. Note to self. Note to self, on camera, white, not great. Okay, so let me show you where I am. This is Rose Path. We'll pretend like it's brand new. This is Rose Path, my friends. It is a very fun twill. Thank you to Sam, who's not on today, but thank you to Sam anyways, who gave me the idea to do some Rose Path. I think what's so fun about Rose Path, though, is that you get these great, you can make a whole kind of a variety of different diamond patterns. This is my symbol for diamond. It's not even very close, but this is, diamond patterns, right? So there's all kinds of ways you can modify it too, which I haven't started to play with that. I have been playing with kind of my order of colors, but I haven't started playing with the pattern yet. That'll be coming. All right, so let me do a little bit so you can see what this looks like. Now, in my pattern here, I have basically there's it's kind of two treadlings alternating. So the first treadling is you just lift one at a time. Shaft 4. Shaft 3, but you can see I got big gaps in here, right? I'm lifting just one shaft at a time. That's kind of the first part of the equation. The second part of the equation is when I come through and lift 2 at a time. And they have kind of a little different direction, each of them, but it creates this really interesting, like one diamond is kind of dense and the next diamond is kind of open when you look at the pattern. So it's been very fun. Boy, we have more people on. That's amazing. Woohoo. Yes. See? Hi, Peace, Love, and Rico. Hello. Yes. Okay. Who, what is that? Oh, I don't know. You guys just keep talking. Talk amongst yourselves. Yes. Yeah. Oh, here we go. See, thank you, Dory. So the mattress stitch is from knitting, and you run needle through alternating end stitches on each panel to seam 2 pieces together. Okay. I like it. Yeah, mattress stitch. See all the things we learned. There we go. Dawn says I have a warp of 10 Rose Path towels on my loom. Every towel so far is a different treadle and or tie up. It's easy to do, right, Dawn? There's so many options, so many little variations that you can do. So here we go. Let me show you what I got. So I am at the place in the pattern where I'm doing one at a time. So I'm just lifting one shuttle as we go. I have some red on because, red goes with white and brown. Well, red goes with a lot of things, but I'm liking it with the neutral, my neutral kind of warm neutral colors I got here. So here we go. We'll start with just shaft 4 and then shaft 3. We're just going to kind of work our way down. Number 2 and number 1. By the way, I just did an episode on Rose Path if you're curious. So you are welcome to go check it out if you aren't familiar with it. I give you kind of all the basics so that you know, have an idea kind of how to set up your loom and what things to watch for. Just so you aren't walking in blind. So you're like, okay, I'm going to do 10 Rose Path towels just like the Fabulous Dawn. And here's how I'm going to do it. They're also, by the way, this draft is in the Hand Weaver's Pattern Directory, the Ann Dixon book, because you know I love that book. So if you go in there and search for Rose Path, they'll give you, there's a couple pages with some ideas for Rose Path. Okay, so that is the first kind of part of the equation where I'm lifting one shaft at a time. Now it's time to do the other parts where you lift 2 at a time. So now I have shafts 1 and 2 lifted. What's so interesting is that looking at the pattern is that the fabric looks much more dense when I'm only lifting 1 at a time. 2 at a time, as you can imagine, half are up and half are down the way it's threaded. So it's a much more kind of even spacing when you look at the little diamonds. When I bring it in close, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so 2 at a time. So 1 and 2. And then 2 and 3. 3 and 4. I've done it enough. I got it in my head mostly. Earlier, I totally screwed it up. I had to backtrack, but I was like, okay, I got it now. All right, that's 4 and 1. 1 and 2. And then you reverse, just like in a car. 4 and 1. Let's see. 3 and 4. Dun, da, da, da. I know this doesn't really make much difference. There we go. Because you guys can't actually, you're not, I'll have to find some way to bring in close. It's on my list of things to find some kind of a little tool that I can put you right over so you can see the fabric. I'm sure someone's invented something that would work for my loom. Okay. So here, that is the end of my red, by the way. Hello, Sarah, who caught us live. Yay. There we go. Peace, Love, Enrico said, I just warped a point tool, the third one in Ann Dixon's book. Yay. Excellent. That is amazing. All right, you guys, hang on. Sit tight, please. Hold, please. Okay. Look at that. Isn't that fun? So here, you kind of see it in the white the best, I guess. So this is when I only lift 1 at a time. See how these look denser? They look this like closer together. And this has a little more space to it. This is when you lift 2 shafts at a time. You can kind of tell, see with the red up here a little bit too. So what I've also started to do is expand how many repeats I do, because I realize it's going to take me like forever and ever to tuck in all the ends. There's that kind of practical side of the whole thing when I'm like, oh wait, how many ends am I going to have to tuck in when these towels are off of here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, Sarah, that's brilliant. I said reverse like a car. She said crashes my loom into a lamppost. Yeah, yes. It's all, take it all with a grain of salt, Sarah. That is awesome. So yes, I apologize. That wasn't exactly new and exciting, but that is the Rose Path that I'm still working on. And we'll see. We'll see how much progress I can make for next week. I am currently using, let me show you my options. I've got the red. You saw the red. And then I've got, these are actually the 3 that I used in the warp of the project. And thank you, Lillian. Lillian likes the project. And here's what will be very interesting. I can't wait to get it off and wash it, because I bought these 2 tubes, and they look like 8-4 when I bought them, these guys. And I don't think they are. I think some of it's cotton, but I'm pretty sure we were talking about this once at Live at the Loom. And I'm pretty sure that there's like a little linen or something mixed in. So we'll see how it washes up. I am trying to kind of sprinkle things in so it's not so drastic. So I don't have like the right side is all not shrunk and the one side is. We'll try to mix it all up so it doesn't, so the shrinkage isn't completely weird. We'll see. It's going to be a big experiment, my friends, and I hope you'll stick around so that we'll all discover what's happening together. All right. So let's finish strong, right? Tanya says you're more adventurous than me. We'll see, Tanya. I don't know if it'll pay off or not, but we'll at least give it a try. Okay, so this week on Handwoven Experience, I talked about your weaving repair kit, because as much as I would like to think that every project is going to go perfectly all the time, that's just not true. Bye, Sue Ann. So there are times it's just better to be prepared, right? It's just better to have things at the ready, because when they go wrong, not if, when they go wrong, you'll be prepared and you won't be freaked out, because you're like, okay, I have a repair heddle at the ready, so I'm just going to put it in and put another warp yarn and weight it off the back and call it good. You'll be ready. So if you don't have a weaving repair kit, or you're like, I don't know what that is, check out this episode. It's I think we're up to 134 already, if you can believe that. So take a peek at this week's episode of A Handwoven Experience and see if you're missing anything, or if you have other suggestions. Some of the suggestions that have come in have been great. Things like S-hooks, which I typically use weights, but S-hooks would work great for to put your yarn off the back of the loom to weight it down. S-hooks is a great idea. And I forget who it was. It might have been Crow who suggested that pool noodles, like cut up a pool noodle for places where you need some extra height, or you need to protect something, or you'll have to go check out the comments to see what exactly the suggestion was. But I was like, oh, parts of a pool noodle. Interesting. So there were some great suggestions of other things to add to your weaving repair kit. And it's not the kind of thing, I don't run out and buy like everything right now if you don't have things. But it is something to keep in the back of your mind if you don't have extra heddles for your loom. At some point, if you got a little extra cash, just buy, I think they usually come in, is it sets of 50 or 100? Someone would know. But have some extra heddles, have maybe some extra tie-ups ready to go, have a few repair heddles, make sure you got your screwdrivers and your pliers or whatever tools that you need, all that good stuff. So go check out this week's episode of A Handwoven Experience. I think you'll love it. So, hello, Susan Atwell is on here. She says, they're great for so many weird applications. Pool noodles. I know, right? Not just for the pool. As a matter of fact, for the pool, it's like the last thing on the list, isn't it? Yes, yeah. Let's see. Cynthia is on. Hello, Cynthia. She's back in Arizona. Hot. Yes. How are you, my friend? I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. Oh, Lori says she's doing front to back. Okay, normally I've done back to front. I'm sticking to front to back from now on. My hands are also thanking me. Excellent. I'm glad you're. I'm glad that's helpful. Yes, for sure. Yes. Okay. All right. What else for us? Oh, if you are loving all the things Acting Creative and you would like more, consider the Acting Creative Insiders is a monthly membership. And boy, we have a good time there. There's all kinds of little extras for you. That's the whole idea. So if you would like extra stuff, like you tune into Live at the Loom, you watch Handwoven Experience videos, but you're like, I'd like a few more like specific weaving tips, or like an opportunity to meet other weavers and show my project and all that kind of good stuff. You can do those things on the Acting Creative Insiders. And I had a great suggestion today from the fabulous Deb, and she suggested looking into an option where you wouldn't have to do an actual subscription. You could just put in a one-time donation. I'll look into that for sure, especially if that would be interest to more folks. I'll definitely look into that, see if that is something I can easily add and give you more options, because we like that. And then lastly, if you haven't signed up for the weekly love notes, every Wednesday I send you an email just to say, hi, I'm thinking of you, and here is what is happening for this week, just so you can be in the know and you can find all the good stuff. Lori asks, where do you find the membership on the website? Lori, let me do this. My website is kind of under construction at the moment. So I will post something on YouTube and Facebook about how to check that out. Honestly, if you type in Acting Creative Insiders, it's under Patreon. That is the host site for it. So Acting Creative Insiders. That is the name of it. It should pull right up. All right. Let's see. Okay, Sarah suggested pipe insulation, sometimes called lagging, is the same as a pool noodle for most applications. Oh, interesting. I like that. Excellent. So I think that we've gone through the list, my friends. We have done all the things today and then some. You guys were awesome. We learned about a jig. I learned about what was the something stitch. What was the, I'll have to go back and look. What was the kind of stitch for the blankets? What was the, someone help me. What was the stitch called? See, I learned the things and then I forgot them already. That's not good. It was a certain kind of stitch that Lillian was using for her blanket. Yeah, what else did we learn today? We learned all kind mattress. Oh, thank you. You guys are like, mattress stitch. That's awesome. So jig, mattress stitch. Yes, exactly. You guys are right there. Thank you so much. What else did we learn today? We learned all kinds of things. We learned about unique places. Don't be a stranger, or no one's a stranger in Granger. We learned about all kinds of cool things today. What an amazing Live at the Loom we had. You guys are awesome. It's all because of you, because you tuned in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. So here's the plan. Next Thursday, yeah, I think we're good. I think we are good. I'll be right back here with more fun for us. So mark your calendar, next Thursday, 9:30 Central Time. And you know your homework for this week, right? Do something creative, just a little something just for you. Throw a shuttle, cut your yarn, start a project, finish a project, something. Just spend a little time just feeding your creative soul. It's good for you. All right. I will plan to see you next Thursday. If you celebrate Labor Day, have a wonderful long weekend, kind of the official end of summer, and we'll all party and meet back up next Thursday to report back. Have a wonderful, fabulous week, my friends, and I'll talk to you soon. Happy weaving.